Can you believe it's update day? And that means there's new Wii Shop titles.
Matt!
Yeah?
Update day!
What?
New Wii titles!
What? I'm in the bathroom.
Update day for the Wii Shopping channel! It's funny because normally they do it at midnight, but it's like 11. It's like 11:15. What time is it in Japan? Fucking turn that up. I love that grooving. What kind of music is that? Like a bossa nova beat? Makes me really want to just croon it. This is such a danceable song. You know what we should do? We should write a song for our act with titles of Wii games.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Because everybody knows about the Wii Shopping channel,
Yeah.
and everybody loves to shop on it every Wednesday. So what we'll do is we'll write a theme song for the Wii Shopping channel. Look, watch this. Watch this. You can sing to the titles of the Super Mario RPG, Super Mario 3, Mega Man, Neo Turf Masters, Breakin' Star. You know what I mean, Jared?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like every start, you say the lyrics of the.
Let me try. Super Mario RPG, Sonic the Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2, King's Knight, Dig Dug, Juman Fu, Harvest Moon,
You write this song?
Link Puzzle Pokemon, Toe Jam and Earl and Panic on Funkotron. Castlevania, Fatal Fury, Ninja Chuchu, Mario Comet, Razor Blazing, Lasers, Bases Loaded, Mega Turrican, Cybernator, Rolling Thunder, Dynastic Hero, Bubble Bobble, Double Double Dragon F-Zero.
I get it. You memorize the song.
Zero X and Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3. Cruising USA. Wow! No!
Okay, so that is Sky. I have some trivia for you. That and Taken. How you guys doing? That was filmed in Canada. That's where those two are from, and I hope someday you meet them. Sky, I hope you meet those two someday. Anyway, let's see here. We're doing the Resident Evil DLC today. I'm gonna go turn my light on, and then we're gonna get started. I'm not even gonna tell you what I've heard about it. I'm not going to. I'll tell you what I think of it afterwards, though. All right. Let me get this on screen. We'll see what this is. Hey, it'd be cool, OBS, if you'd find the window, please. Okay, there it is. Look, first person or third person. Okay, I want to see something real quick. I want to see something real quick before we start Shadows of Rose. Um... Let's see what the third person looks like. Wow. Look, it's in third person. And it's been designed so that you can't look at Ethan's face. Okay, I'm gonna say something here that's really odd about this. Ethan still controls like you're playing in first person. Of course he holds his hands up. How else are you gonna see them? See how high his knife was? Yeah, it has to be on screen.
See, there you are.
There you go. Alright, that's what the game looks like in third person. How do I play the DLC? Bonuses? Yep. Okay, another thing I didn't show off is the Mercenaries mode, which you unlock after beating the main game. I'm not going to show it off. It's just, you have a time limit, run around, kill things. We're here to check out Shadows of Rose. You walk around like this, like you're a main character in Skyrim.
Hey, Kay. Sorry I'm late.
It's okay. I'm just enjoying the day.
You said you had something important to tell me? I hope it's not about Chris wanting me to join his operation, because I already told him that's not happening. I see what he puts you and the rest of his Hound Wolf squad through. No, thank you.
It's not about that. It is about you.
Me?
I worry about you. How are things at school?
Seriously? That's what you wanted to talk to me about?
That group of mean girls still hassling you?
I mean, are they
Oh,
still
not the mean girls.
free?
Hey! Look at me. You are not a freak.
I am. You know I am. That's why I keep my distance from everybody at school. If they knew what I really was.
So... you don't have any friends that you can talk to?
Talk to? About what? How I'm hardly even human? How I'm some kind of horrendous monster? But, hey, it's okay. I hardly ever murder my friends.
What if there were a way to
get rid of your powers.
I get rid of them in a heartbeat.
All right, well, I think there's something I need to show you. You already know about Miranda and the mutamycete, how she researched it obsessively and performed experiments on human subjects.
Like me.
Exactly. What you don't know is that we recently found some of her research. Apparently, she discovered a purifying crystal that can remove the mutamycete from its host.
Purifying crystal?
If we can get our hands on one of these, we might be able to weaken or remove your powers entirely.
Are you kidding me?
No, but her notes are incomplete. However, I think I have an idea where we can find the rest of her research.
Let's do it. Let's find it. Where is it?
In there.
What?
That's a fragment of the megamycete. It absorbs and stores memories from people who pass away in close proximity, including Miranda, and everything she knows. If you enter its consciousness, you might be able to solve the mystery of the purifying crystal.
Wait, what do you mean enter its consciousness?
So your deep connection will allow you to explore the information within.
That sounds crazy. You sound crazy.
Yes, Rose, but not dangerous, right? Think of it just like walking through somebody else's memories.
You really think this can work?
I think it's worth trying. What do you have to lose?
How do I even do this?
Shit, I don't know. Try reaching out to it. See what happens.
Okay. Fine. What the hell?
Oh my god, Rose is so weird.
Yeah, it's like she sees things that aren't there. Creepy.
Stay away from us, you freak.
Imagine wanting to be friends
She's
with her.
Definitely
Ew,
not normal.
something just moved on her hand. What is wrong with her?
Shut up!
It's like she sees things that aren't there.
Freak. Ew, something just moved on her hand.
Away.
Freak.
Away.
Just disgusting.
Please just stop!
At least she's not saying it about herself. It's just, you know, the things people say about you in public.
Still here? Kay. Kay? Where are you? Kay! This isn't right.
God, the mouse sensitivity in third-person mode needs to go up. That's better. Yes, thank you. Use the mouse to look. Thanks. I hadn't figured that one out yet. Miranda research claims that the megamycete preserves the memories of people who passed away within its area of influence, absorbing them into its own vast consciousness. We also know, based on our previous encounters with the mold, that people who are contaminated with the metamycete are connected in a kind of mold network. If we extrapolate from this, we can surmise that subjects with a strong affinity to the metamycete should be able to use the network to connect to the memories of the dead within the Megamycete. Should be possible to verify this theory using the lab's Megamycete sample we collected 16 years ago. We just need a suitable subject with a proven connection to the mold. Okay, well, you can't play as Rose in first person. That's just something I'm going to let you know here. The third-person camera was added because this DLC is only playable in third person. So we're at some sort of laboratory, except now we're in, like, Mold VR. Trademark pending.
Wait. What?
I'd like to point out Rose is wearing Ethan's jacket. Does it still have, I can't see if it still has a cut sleeve that's magically held on. But, I mean, I can, you know, I can just assume that in the 16 years since Resident Evil 8 happened, Mia took Rose to have the jacket hemmed back together. Like, that would be the most believable thing that's happening right now. Alright. This would actually feel less claustrophobic if it was in first person. Sure, I'll take them. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anytime, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you too. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I got home from our trip today and realized I was out of soda. So as my dad was leaving, I asked him if he could pick some up for me. And he was like, sure. I'll be next if I'm not quick. I need to get that crystal. That was my dad. We hung out today. It was fun. I didn't really buy much. I did buy one thing. I bought Gorilla's newest album on vinyl. The first part of Song Machine. So I did buy that. Okay, let's explore this. Now, here's what I'm curious. We're inside of the Megamycete right now. We are in a space where everything that has been influenced by the Megamycete has been stored. Because the Megamycete is like organic information storage. That was amazing. That was incredible. I'm glad you watched that, Sky. I'm wondering if the Bakers are going to show up somewhere in here. I'm wondering if Evelyn's going to show up in here. I imagine she's going to. I'm wondering if which reused assets are going to show up in here. And I'm wondering where Ethan is. A shoe. The other characters were Captain Falcon and a couple of Fire Emblem boys. I saw that video and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. Guess what I did last night? I was up till 2:30 a.m. I got Guitar Hero World Tour on my PC and I installed the Definitive Edition mod, the fan-made Definitive Edition, and I got my own band together with custom characters. And those custom characters are Solid Snake on bass, Dante on guitar, the main character of Yakuza on vocals, and Gordon Freeman on drums.
Is someone there?
Dangerous here.
What is? Why? Hang tight. I'm gonna see if I can find a key.
I'm wondering if this is going to have any combat in it. Because what little I saw when I was buying this, it looks like it's mostly puzzles. which I'm fine with if that's what they're doing. I don't mind if there's no combat. I'm wondering how much of this is just going to be a walking simulator. I mean, I think 16 is the perfect age to know how to handle a gun. Keep in mind, Claire was barely 18 in Resident Evil 2.
That's my name.
We are told Rose has powers. I have yet to see any of them. All of Resident Evil 8, Ethan kept getting told over and over again how powerful his daughter was. To create art, simply add to the rabbit's carcasses. Decay is not an issue. Note, spruce them up with a bit of makeup. It makes them seem more alive. Oh yeah, are we about to do some Alice in Wonderland shit?
Okay. What the hell is this?
I'm gonna let you know my state of mind playing this. I'm not expecting this to be bad. I'm not ready for this to be a shit show. I am hoping to have a good time with this. I'm going to be honest with how I feel about it. And I'll let you know if it was worth the $20 I spent on it. I'm gonna assume I didn't want to walk over that stuff on the ground. Also, there is no sprint. I'm going top speed at the moment. Okay, it looks like there isn't a whole lot of anything, because there is no items to pick up in these rooms so far, except that key I picked up.
Gross. Huh? What was that? What's this? No! Stop! Help!
Oh, I recognize who that was. If you can believe it.
Thanks. Thank you. That wasn't. You look just like me.
It's a funny dress you got there.
Who are you? I'm Rose. What's going on here? Must keep moving. But too dangerous here.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon Gek is getting everywhere.
Wait up!
They haven't mixed the green into it yet. So, I'm a good 7 or 8 hours into Xenoblade 3, and I am enamored with that game.
going?
Don't look up your own skirt. I think here's how I'm gonna rank these Xenoblade games, and this might change as I get further into 3. But right now, I'm gonna say 1 and 2 stand shoulder to shoulder, and 3 it stands just ever so slightly above them.
What the fuck?
Don't say the F word, you're only 16. Need to find that handle quickly. Go deeper. Alright, other me, what are we doing?
Oh no! It's gone! To open the gate!
The character we're playing as right now is 16, give or take. I'm sure that was okay, whatever that was. How's the game sound, by the way? Should I turn it up a bit?
So many bodies.
At least now, right now, wow, that's grotesque. At least right now, we have a canon reason for these to all be the same bodies. That's... That's
really? Oh god.
That's all it takes is an explanation like what we have going on here right now, and it's like, yeah, I get it. Use the asset. We're looking at a bunch of roses. It's kind of off-putting.
What?
I thought this wasn't supposed to be dangerous.
Dead end! No! Stay back! What on earth?
Okay, so unless we learn to wield our powers, this is going to be a combat-free experience where you just run. Rose has found herself in a Resident Evil 8 randomizer.
What? What are you? Okay. What were those things? What is happening here? How? What is this? Where am I? Not until I get this out of my body. There's a crystal here that will remove the mold. I need to find it. And I'm not leaving until I do. Who are you? My guardian angel? Do you have a name? If you're an angel, then... Gabriel? Michael? Okay. Michael? What now?
Michael, it's your birthday today. And Michael, cake and ice cream is on the way. It is a grand honor that you would bestow upon me such an important task. I can report the liquid void you provided has some splendid properties. Its most obvious use is for my dogs on their hunt, aiding them as they pursue our quarry. It also does wonders for slowing down and corralling the rabbits. Some have even been foolish enough to stumble into it and been completely engulfed. With this, I am certain I will be able to fulfill your expectations and get you the results you so desire. Okay. Well. Off we go. Well, it still has the crafting menu.
These poor things.
Looks like we caught another. Lively now, aren't you? You should have put that effort into running. It would have made the chase that much more thrilling.
Let me go! Let me go!
It would seem this little rabbit lacks the necessary fortitude. A pity. You had shown a little grit and actually escaped, that purifying crystal would now be yours.
What is this guy voice acted by Mark Hamill?
Who's this? Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue. Let's see how fast this one is. Find her! Hunt her down!
Get out of here.
We are currently undergoing unexpected technical difficulties. Get out of my way.
Thank God. A way out. Shit! What now?
Guess we go back. Mark is a great voice for Joker.
Seriously?
Careful what you wish for, Butts.
Where am I gonna get a gun? What, like this?
It's just like a camera. Okay, Rose shoots really slowly.
I wonder where I might find the next little rabbit.
So,
They're gone.
some version of Duke is in here. And he's not very nice.
This must be the crystal.
A large crystal is glowing with a pale blue light. The disciples await their masks, bronze, silver, gold, with their garb
Guess I'll be finding
arrayed.
these masks to unlock it.
The light shall be released. It's funny, but Mark Hamill voice acted a character in the first Yakuza on PS2. Because back then, when they brought Yakuza over to America in English, they didn't think people would want to play the game in Japanese. That's just the mindset we had back then. Most companies were convinced players only wanted to play in their language. So they got Mark Hamill to do one of the main characters of the first Yakuza. And I'm going to show you this real quick. Because there's nothing quite like hearing Mark Hamill say swear words in a voice very close to his Joker voice. This is the part where you're supposed to laugh!
Long time no see, Kazuma-chan. Delightful to see you. It just fills me up with joy. Face to face with the Dragon of Dojima. We can cross swords and have a real fight, right? Kazuma-chan, you know what I mean, don't you? This is the part where you're supposed to laugh! Laugh, you stupid motherfucker!
Cut it out.
Huh?
Where's Haruka?
Whatever. Go ahead. She's in that room there. I told you, didn't I? Kazuma-chan. All I want to do is fight you, that's all.
You can't be serious.
But I am. I'm always deadly serious. Come on, let's do this. You think you can take me, Kazuma-chan? Get ready to get fucked up.
This is the part where you're supposed to laugh. I love that. So when they re-released Yakuza on PS4, the remake does not have English dubbing at all. It is only in Japanese. That's how much time's changed. Yakuza 7 was actually the first Yakuza, after they switched to only releasing them in Japanese, to have an English dub again, if you want to play it in English. The rest of the series, it's not even an option. Dame dame, dame yo, dame dame yo. あなたが過ぎ過ぎ過ぎて Alright, I guess we're re-exploring the castle. At least, there are some things where there shouldn't be things. Baka Mitai is actually in just about every Yakuza game. After the karaoke was added. Oh, good. Oh, good. This is the part where you're supposed to laugh. Laugh at the bolt cutters.
If you really want to help, you could back me up against those things. What? So, I'm on my own? Great.
Alright, well. Thanks for the, ammo. The laugh reminds you of Dr. Otto. I don't remember Dr. Otto. Dr. Otto. Dr. Otto. There's a gross lumpy thing growing here. I would say this is Resident Evil's youngest protagonist, but that goes to Sherry in 2.
Core.
Also, Taken, I'd love to do voice acting work.
Gross lumpy thing? How am I supposed to break it? My powers? I literally came here to get rid of them.
I'd be willing to do voice work for free for a small project if it
Fine, but
just to get my voice out there.
what am I supposed to do?
I love doing silly voices.
What's that?
Yeah, I mean, if someone had a small project, I would, and they were looking for a voice actor to do, you know, even a couple hours worth of voice acting, there's a good chance I would volunteer to do it for free, just to experience it. Because for me, the worth of doing it, you know, not every time, but to do it once, it would be worth it, just doing it. I can use these things and combine them together. Herb plus chem fluid, gunpowder plus chem fluid. There might be more items I can combine. I need to do whatever I can to survive. Yeah, voice acting is something I would love to do, and it seems like a fun thing to do. And if I had a chance to get my voice out there, I would absolutely. Alright, that was nice. When I was a kid, I loved doing voiceover work at school for school projects. Whenever I got the chance.
No way I'm wading through that. Maybe I can find a way across.
Okay, we're moving. I'm seeing a lot of things that I can't interact with yet that I'm gonna have to come back and interact with. I went to a pet store today and looked at birds and lizards. I think if I got another pet, I would definitely... I think I'd get a bird. A couple of birds. I love birds. Any kind of bird in particular? Just about any kind of bird, really. Birds don't trigger my allergies, so... Yeah, just about any kind of bird, really. RW Variant Flask 1.
So, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Focus? Alright. I feel different somehow. Alright, let's Let's see if this works.
I have found a means of dramatically stabilizing parts of the Mutamycete network by introducing a disruptive force to block the auto-inducers they use for communication. For example, the hard-packed cores of mold known as sclerotia begin to break down on a cellular level and disintegrate when thus disrupted. Sclerotia form when the Mutamycete develops in new locations, serving as a sort of anchor point or foothold. They are often associated with a patch of liquid void through which the mold has spread. When the auto-inducers of the sclerotia are disrupted, it begins to break down. Any liquid void connected to the sclerotia will be disintegrated. It would appear that destabilizing the... Stop making me say this word. Sends a signal indicating that a location is no longer viable for Mutamycete habitation, triggering a full-scale retreat. I'm not going to say it. Alright, I have the force. Interesting. Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. We are in Mold VR after all.
Get around it. I need to get rid of it.
Was it too far away? Stay back.
Ugh, it's like I can't quite get a grip.
I've got the touch. It doesn't do anything to them. Man, Rose does not move very quickly. May the Force be with you. Is this the Force? Wow. Is this the Force or the Schwartz that we're wielding right now? I see your Schwartz is bigger than mine. Yeah, those things are kind of horrible to deal with. And Rose doesn't have a block. This is the closest that she has to a block. Prepping for the most painful high five of your life. Okay, well, there are neat things going on so far. I'm not gonna. I don't have many complaints at the moment. This is okay. If its emphasis is on puzzle solving, that's fine. I feel like 8 could have used more puzzle solving instead of just sticking all of its puzzle solving in one section.
What?
Okay, whatever that was, I caught the tail end of it. Alright, let me hear the good doctor.
Win anyway. Oh, don't take this personally. I cheat everybody.
Thanks. No, don't walk into that.
Grabbing at my legs.
Don't walk into that. Monocular door, deep in the basement. I don't think I'm familiar with Dr. Otto. I mean, maybe, but that one looked unfamiliar to me. You can't reach the mask. But yeah, there's a lot of little Ernest characters that are great. He is the true definition of a character actor. And while his characters usually focus on being silly, he has the ability to do a serious character as well. What?
Everything. None of this was supposed to happen.
Why not leave?
No. The reason I came here hasn't changed. I need that crystal. Thank you.
Thanks for giving me items, Michael.
Rats, we are the rats. Celebrate another one of birthday bash. Michael, it's your birthday today. Take it ice cream, the yard is wet. And Michael, take a good boy this year. Open up your
I'm glad this game gave me a chance to use such a specific song. Michael, it's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on the way. I do not recall a single thing, not who I am nor how I came to be. I know nothing. My memories are as broken as the face I hide behind this mask. All that remains is this feeling, this hunger to see others in pain, the despair in their eyes, the sounds of their screams. Who will be my next quarry? I have my minions to do my bidding. He has many faces, but no brains within those skulls. He is my best hound, and he will chase those rabbits down. I went to Five Guys today. Yeah, thank God Maine has at least one Five Guys. And it's in Bangor. Best burger joint in Bangor. So, I like the pace that this is going at the moment. Just letting me explore. Picking up... This is what I'm going to say about the DLC so far. The pace of this feels more in line with Resident Evil 7 than it does Resident Evil 8. Like 7, you're dropped into an area with lots of things that you can interact with that you do not have the keys for. Key items, key abilities, whatever, regardless. And you just have to explore and check each area off as best you can. Whereas in 8, there is a much more singular path. And you just... Once you know the path, that's it. The predators stand united, each staring down their prey. See, where was this kind of stuff in 8? Where was the puzzle solving? Not just collecting key items and then using the key items to progress. Where was my, you know... In the DLC, yeah. Fucking, apparently. Alright, so... The butterfly can't move. That's the one that can't move, so that's the key to all this. Spider is the butterfly. So, whoop, shit, put the spider back. Take this. Fox. Fox. I've got frog and sheep. Well, I'm going to assume the fox is eating the sheep. And not the frogs. But well, frogs could be predators, technically. I mean, frogs are predators to bugs. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a painting missing, so I'm going to have to come back anyway. Alright, where does this take us? Dressing room. Okay. See, in that room in 8, it's just a spot where you have to put a bottle of wine. A bottle of wine that you cannot miss by following the path. Collecting a key item and then placing a key item is not a puzzle. It's just a gate and a key. Finding key items that you don't know what they go to and figuring out where they go is a puzzle.
My word, you're just full of surprises. This strapping brute of
Does OBI stand for something, Taken? Those things chased me in here, but where is it? The monocular key was supposed to be here somewhere. It's not in this room, though. It must be close by. My name is OB. RW variant flask 2. Now what do I have?
I did that.
Guys, I'm playing the Dead Space remake. I just used stasis on him. An herb that restores some metamycete power. Okay. I see it, Sky. The thing is, it's the level of obnoxiousness from the character that I think is the key element. When Tobey Maguire shoots funny white liquid out of his body for the first time, he has an understandable reaction to it. Not an obnoxious reaction to it. Let me in. Get out of my way. As previously discussed, disrupting the auto-inducers within a metamycete network can have destabilizing effects on the mold. These effects can also be observed in beings formed of mold, rather than the cellular disintegration observed in sclerotia. However, this instead presents as a dramatic slowing of movement, practically freezing the being in place. If other bodies are in close proximity to the target, This disruption effect can spread, but only within a very limited sphere of influence. You know what? I'm gonna check something.
Sclerotia.
Thanks. Turns out I was saying it right. These things are very close to being classic zombies, and I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, get countered, bitch. I figured out how to do the counter. Sclerotia. Hilarious. I just got the achievement. It's starting to grow on me. Ha 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 ha. The best Resident Evil achievement joke so far has been, I'm a medic, not a bodybuilder. In Zero. That was the best one so far.
I'm trying, but it's hard when I'm being hunted by a demented giant and his creepy minions.
Yeah, I guess I can't fight them all.
Sorry, I'm just eating my Five Guys fries. Potato. Very salted potato. Anyone here heard of the American Dream Mall? Which I believe is in Jersey.
Oh, you're quite the tricksy little rabbit to have made it this far. The next mask, however, won't be nearly as easy to get your grubby paws on.
The mall has like a Nickelodeon theme park inside of it, and the place is ginormous, and there's unfinished sections that are kind of weird. Like the escalator that goes nowhere. There is just an escalator with a ceiling at the top, never finished. I think they're still working on it. Like, this is a mall that you can go to. It's not closed, or at least it wasn't closed. Last I checked. Welcome to the Gallery of Despair. a wondrous display of those few who succeeded in obtaining at least one mask. Set your sights upon those chosen few whose final moments of despair are preserved forever in this gallery. Witness in this collection the light of life from a different perspective. Here's what I'm going to say about this so far. It's not trying to be Resident Evil 4, and it's succeeding. Okay, White Sage gives me 2 balls. Oh, I probably shouldn't have touched that. Hold on. Yeah, alright, good. Although I have just drowned the sorrow's bite doth sting. They hanged me long ago, yet I feel everything. But still the worst, not last nor first, the sharpened blade did ring. Wait, let me reread that. Let me reread that. Okay, I almost had it. Those are some good, damn good taters. So let me get this straight. I've got a handgun. And guardian angel named Michael. I can fall 50 feet, and I'm talking to words on the walls? The silver mask is in the small room in the back. I'm so close. Big guy. He walks at the same speed as Mr. X. Don't ask me how I know that. Oh boy. Hey, how's it going? I'm glad you waited long enough for me to kill that guy. Did you break part of the... Did you just break something? Alright, big guy, come on. I'm trying to do work here. Hit your friend. Hit this wall. I figured it out. It's okay. Let me by. You have a generous hitbox, sir. I want you to know that. Alright, good night, Taken. Have fun. Or have a good night anyway. Wait, I have a mask already? Rose, we only have one mask.
You put your filthy mitts on something you shouldn't have. It's time to teach this greedy little rabbit a lesson.
I think our sequence broke. When I picked up the mask, she said 2 masks down, 1 to go, but I've only... That was the first mask I got my hands on. Did I pick up a mask and use it and not even notice? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. The thing I'm most enthralled with by this DLC so far is simply the puzzle solving.
I got it, but just barely. This ugly brute turned up. No shit. I can't fight something like that. I'll take all the help I can get.
All right, well, back to it. There's the missing painting. Gunpowder plus rusted scrap. Pipe bombs, gunpowder plus rusted scrap plus herbs. I saw a shotgun in the dining room. Okay. I swear, I have not touched a mask yet. I think the game just expected me to have gotten that mask second.
Persistent little rabbit, aren't you? But you cannot simply do as you please.
This guy again?
Oh boy. Move. Move. I like the enemies. They are, they're far creepier than the enemies in the main game. This has been more tense than the main game. I'm gonna come away loving the DLC more than the game it's a part of. Which, I will be happy if I enjoy this. It's just, it would be ironic. Yeah, I definitely haven't encountered any masks yet, because if I did, I would have had to put them here. The game just, I guess, expected players to have found a different mask first. Not me, apparently. Right, that's what I would expect if you're able to grab them out of order, and very clearly was I able to grab them out of order. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, you have to get all three masks to get the crystal, to get the goal of the whole thing.
Make these puzzles to mess with me?
Triocular key. The triocular emblem begets glory unto thee. The golden mask shall be granted. Is the golden mask the last mask? Because where's the first mask? How did I miss the first one? Yeah, these 3 eyes were in the
This should make things easier.
escape room section with Ethan. Maybe they had expected me to come back this way earlier. I mean, kudos to them letting me do this out of order. That goes along with the compliment I gave it earlier. It's just interesting that they didn't account for that. I'm also curious how many streamers are going to encounter the same thing. Now, presumably, when I pick up the mask that is mask number 1, she'll say the line. She'll say a line regarding it being the first mask. That's what I'm expecting now. No leaving Castle Dracula just yet. I actually don't think we leave the castle. I'm pretty sure the whole DLC is going to take place here.
I'm fine, but what about you? Is that why your words are fading? Try not to overdo it then.
Okay. Alright, that just stocked us up with some items. I made it to Chapter 2 of Xenoblade 3 after, like, 7 hours. Okay, so Where was Mask 1? Now I'm afraid I'm gonna get soft locked somehow. Okay. This is back in this area. And there's nothing I missed here. Yeah, courtyard's red. That's the only... and the basement. But I think I missed just a regular item in the basement. I don't think I missed a mask, because mask 2 was right there. I doubt mask 1 was right here. It still says get the bronze mask in my objectives, by the way. I don't think I've broken it. I just am gonna keep playing and see what happens.
Is that the last mask?
It's the second one. Because I skipped over the first one somehow. I don't have the mask. I promise I don't have it. Yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, the bronze mask is sitting right in the middle. That's right. Duh. I remember seeing it. It said it was too high to get up to. I guess they expected me to go back and get it by now. Well, I'm saving it for last. I'm saving it for last because I want the dialogue to be all backwards. Okay. There we go. There.
There must be more cores in here.
Yes, but how do I reach them? That is the question. Oh, I think I know. I think I know. So what do we think of this so far? I think it's cool. So far, I like it more than the main game. Alright, that cleared that up. So now we should be able to go up here and get the last one. Yes, I say magic with quotation marks because we are not within reality at the moment. We are in the land of imagination. All right, say you just got the last mask. Oh, there's even a cutscene.
Easy peasy. What now?
Rise and shine, little one. What a shame. You were but a hop, a skip, and a jump away from claiming your crystalline prize. I knew the real Rose.
It sounds just like him.
It would be a shame to snuff you out so unceremoniously. Shall we prolong our fun a little longer? Oh, come now, don't pout. I've prepared a nice little diversion.
Especially with the audio crust added.
So many sclerotia. Nearly all of them are counterfeit. Do you think you can suss out the real ones? Time is running out, little one. Tick-tock, tick-tock. You'll be swallowed right up if you don't hurry.
All right, Michael, help me.
How am I supposed to tell the difference?
Thanks.
Only 2 minutes left. No time for lollygagging. Ah, whoopsie. You need a more discerning eye, my dear. You're not even close.
Which one?
Only 1 minute to go to pick up the pace.
Yes!
It's not a good idea to take any chances.
Got it. I found it. Big core. Big core.
No, seriously? Still not done?
Are you ready for the grand finale?
Hurry. Yeah, no shit.
What? He's the last one. Thank God that's over.
Thank Michael.
I couldn't have done it without you. I was hoping for a pony, but I guess this'll do.
I wonder where she gets those quick quips from. I like how they made him say the word sus. Like that hasn't become a trigger word for an entire generation of human beings. Alright. Do you think something will happen? Something bad will happen if I put the gold mask on the thing? Do you think the game will think I have have to have put all 3 masks on there if I've already got my hands on the 3rd one. I'm going to save. But I need to test this theory. I'm gonna be amazed if a cutscene takes over when you put the gold mask on that assumes you've already put the first 2 on. There's no save here. Where's the nearest save? Where's your god now? By the way, something interesting. Xenoblade 3 seems to be a little more focused on potential romance than 1 and 2. And you'll see why after the stream, Sky. I'll show you. All I had to do to get the first mask was this. I was just too stupid to care.
I finally got it.
Yep. You finally got it. Last. Almost time.
Yeah. I can finally get rid of these powers. But I have to admit, I lived with them for so long. It's kind of weird to let them go. I know.
Resident Evil 8's DLC is a coming-of-age story. Alright, we're gonna put the gold mask on first. Cross your fingers, nothing breaks. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Most players are going to pick up the masks and not return here to put them down. Okay. So we take this? We're done? Give me the crystal, Walter.
Well done, little one. You've more than earned this reward. Almost looks like the real thing, doesn't it?
What?
It's a replica, of course. Nothing that valuable could ever manifest on this stratum. Did you really think I'd give away something so precious? I had to bait the trap with something.
No! No!
Now, here's something interesting that I remembered. When Resident Evil 8 first came out, shortly after it first came out, there was an interview talking about the game. And according to design documents, Duke was always planned on being a boss battle.
Now comes the real fun. The perfect place for your demise. Let the show begin!
You're kidding! I have to fight him?
It looks like they fit him into the DLC and not instead of the main game.
Shit! It's even uglier now.
Ow.
That's entertainment. I thought you'd be more of a fighter. Run, little rabbit. Run, run, run.
Oh man, could you have frozen him a little quicker? That would have been epic.
I admire your tenacity. Futile.
I do just have to fight this guy, right?
I do love to watch you little rabbits struggle.
Is he dead? Did I do it?
Well, look at you! So much feistier than those other little rabbits. This is becoming tedious. Time to shake things up!
He's not dead.
Oh, I love that animation.
That finally did do some real damage.
I knew it was familiar somehow, and you're right, yes. I am familiar with what that looks like.
Don't give up yet, little rabbits. You still have some fun.
All right, this is getting a little tougher than I thought it was going to.
This is the most insipid fight I've ever seen! Don't let her get away with that! You call this a show?
Stop stealing my lifespan. A new power? What now? Oh, just extra power. All right, back up, back up. Don't just stand there and take it. You're not a brick wall. All right, so please tell me this is the last round of this funny battle.
Enough with the dilly-dally. Finish this!
Dilly-dally, shilly-shally.
Useless creature! Such a disappointment! No matter. Your imminent demise is inevitable.
Where? What? Down there? Where am I now? Stratum. I don't want to leave. Not until I find that crystal. I'm tired of being a freak. I want to have friends. I want to live a normal life. Without this curse.
Professor Xavier is going to show up at the end of this.
Make that happen. Make me normal. Then I'm not going back until I find it. Yeah, so? All right then.
I'm surprised that this isn't over. I'm gonna be honest with you.
There's no going back now.
I know where the crystal is.
What's this?
Will you be my friend? No. No, I don't think I will. Alright, let's see if this DLC can improve the worst part of Resident Evil 8, or the worst area of Resident Evil 8.
I swear I've seen these monkeys before, but what the hell?
Maybe this DLC is going to end up having us visit all 4 areas, and it'll be a little longer than I gave it, or was led to believe it was. Hey, whatever. It made the castle more interesting to explore. Let's see what it can do with this area.
Okay.
Alright.
What?
It flashed, but that said somebody's trying to block me. Oh good, we're doing
seems
this again.
Different.
We're doing this again, aren't we?
Okay, this is weird.
I should save just in case something goes wrong. January 5th. Today was my first day of school. I've always wanted to go. I'm gonna give Chris a big hug next time I see him. There were so many kids my age, it was like I walked into a TV show or something. I was so scared when I had to introduce myself to the class, but I was still super duper excited to be there. I'm going to make so many friends. I'm gonna try and talk to them tomorrow. January 8th. I tried to be brave and talk to some other kids, but no one wants to talk to me. Schoolwork is super easy. It's all stuff I learned with Mommy, but I guess I shouldn't answer all the teacher's questions. The boy behind me said something really mean. My hands go icky with white sweat when I panic. It was really bad today. February 10th. Today the teacher yelled at me for always carrying my hanky. She says I'm not a baby anymore. The boys at school keep saying I'm icky, but I take a bath every night, always wear clean clothes, and bring a fresh hanky every day. Don't let the kids at school tell you that you smell. It's because of the stupid white sweat. Whenever it starts coming out of my hands, I wipe it off right away, but sometimes it won't wipe off. So I just hold my hanky really tight. Chris even told the teacher it can't get anyone sick, but it didn't change anything. April 4th, someone finally talked to me, Lucy from my class, and said she always wanted to be friends. We're going to have lunch together tomorrow. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I hope Lucy's friend Catherine will be my friend too. Catherine?
This is... Why is there a picture of me? Huh?
The crystal's right there. Is it the crystal, though?
Playtime. You don't need that junk.
Hey, my stuff!
There was Evelyn. I'm gonna say Ethan saw Evelyn. His stomach has been stitched up. It looks like there's something inside. I know Evelyn's in here somewhere. Alright, so this is the escape room where they subvert our expectations, because we've already been here. Oh, somebody's been having fun. Mm-hmm. Oh, you ready for crusty numbers? Yes. My favorite thing about Resident Evil 8. 2. $44. $44.02. Where's the third set of numbers? Oh, you know what? I'll check that. I thought maybe the other locker would open up, but it doesn't. The stuffed locker, the picture on the bookshelf, the desk covered in dust. Alright, locker, picture, desk. Alright, so 24466. Thanks.
What the hell?
Cool. I did like that.
You won't get the crystal by slicing open your friend. You know how to play with dolls, don't you?
Again? What now?
Maybe you get the crystal once you get the campfire started? Alright, we have to put together a miniature. I bet you can find all kinds of places to play with this doll and her friends. Jimmy's room. So this time around, we're gonna get chased by a weird, grotesque dad.
Someone really went all out.
There was no character in 7 named Jimmy. There was Lucas, Zoe, Marguerite, and Jack. Lucas was the crazy one. I mean, they were all crazy after Evelyn got to them. No one wants to be her friend. What a loser. So now I have to collect a bunch of dolls and then pose them around, I guess. My uncle had a bunch of small models of the various Star Trek ships.
So you you want me to play with dolls?
Let's relive our
I
childhood
did.
trauma.
Fuck you.
We need to clean that gross mold off of her. We're about to go into Jimmy's room. You know what that means? I hate that you're right, though, that this would fit right into Persona 5. We need to do an experiment real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I've had an even better idea. That synced up perfectly.
far. The beat starts saying you're in motion. Dance transform you like a potion. There's no stopping you now. Boogie body rhythm, magic and charm. Highway proportion, not take them down. Once you start, you'll never wanna stop. Makes your mind spin and body rock.
Wow. Wow. With a little bit of editing, like you could make those two things work together beautifully. That was done live in one take. Imagine what you could pull off with just a little bit of editing. We had two perfect synchronizations. And just pure chance. I am looking forward to the return of Persona 5 as well. As much as I've enjoyed doing October-related things, Persona 5 is a damn good game. Thankfully, where we paused in Persona 5 was a pretty decent spot. We had beat the last boss, and now we're just waiting to see their comeuppance. Not a terrible spot to pause on. When we go back, we'll just be doing free time daily activities. And that'll help us sink right back into the game, I think. Yep, we got Yusuke. Not Yosuke, but Yusuke.
No way.
They're trying to do the thing that Condemned Criminal Origins did with the mannequins. The mannequins that move around when you're not looking at them. Which I know is even further back in Doctor Who with the Weeping Angels. Yeah. However, if I remember correctly, in Condemned, they're not moving around magically. There are mannequins. There's a part in Condemned where you go into like a department store, something like that, and there's a lot of department store mannequins, but some of them are people wearing outfits so that they look like mannequins. If I'm remembering correctly how that scene played out. Alright, I need to switch these two, I think. There we go. Hello, evil. Alright, so we had our fun with Jimmy. We got another key. What is it? What was... No, wait, we got another doll. Right. Do I have enough dolls now? I guess so. So we do... There we go.
Seriously. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh, she's dead. So sad. Jeez, Rose, you're still looking for the crystal? Fine, I'll help you out. Just take the elevator to me. Mommy might be upset that I'm helping you, though.
Who are you?
I guess we're gonna go get on that elevator. It's game over if they catch you. Who's they? Ah. Them. We really are doing the Weeping Angels thing. Ha 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 ha! That's horrifying. That is genuinely horrifying. So far, this DLC has been so much better than the main game. Where am I going? Right, let's take a look at this map. As long as there's only one, I can play this while looking backwards. No, we're inside the Megamycete. Alright, hold on. I'm just waiting for the game to put two of them after me. Stay in the frame. That is what's really creepy about this is just the emphasis they put into animating how it walks. Just turn the knob. Just turn the knob. Here's the problem. The lights are gonna turn off.
Jesus Christ!
Alright, I'm gonna need you to come over this way. I was waiting. All right, we round them up. Oh my emotion, Drew. I was looking at you. All right. Hold on. We just have to step back a little bit.
Jesus Christ!
Red light. Green light. All right, let's not get grabby now. Oh yeah.
I want this thing work! Why aren't you doing this?
You're after the crystal, aren't you?
Do you know where it is?
I've gathered some friends just for you. Entertain them, and maybe I'll tell.
What is going on here?
Wow.
Poor little Rose. I'm waiting for you in the back bedroom.
Are you sure you're not waiting for me in the back room? Let's play hide and seek. Can you make it all the way here without getting caught? It is Alice in Wonderland, yeah. I called it. way back.
Your friends want to play hide and seek. Think you can save them on your way here?
Stealth. It's a stealth section. Ugh.
him see me. I guess I should keep heading this way?
It's amazing. By taking place in like a dream world and allowing the game to go crazy with the paranormal aspect, it is far more entertaining than the original main game.
Wherever could little Rose be?
All right, what's the pattern here? This is the identity that the main game needed. Alright, what did that unlock for me? I'm gonna guess somewhere back out. Can I drop down from here? Yeah. The music's great, too.
You're so stubborn. Well, there's still plenty of friends waiting. Did you hear that? Get her.
So many. If they see me, I'm toast. There's gotta be something I can do.
Oh, I don't have any of my guns.
Did you hear that? Get her.
Man, let the devs of this make a full game. Whichever Capcom team worked on this, and let them just go wild with it. Don't force them to stick to reality. Let main series Resident Evil stick to reality.
Just have to get past them.
All right.
Had enough?
I'm a sucker for stealth games anyway, so... Good job, Capcom. Okay, how do I get out of here? Wait. Figured it out. Alright, when does the door open?
You know what happens to little girls who can't play nice, don't you? You get punished.
No way.
Look, Sky, they saved you the visual. They just let your imagination run wild.
You know what happens to little girls who can't play nice, don't you? They get punished.
No way.
Ooh. What am I supposed to use this on? That? The doll?
I think the bedroom is just over there.
Too bad Ethan didn't trip out this hard when he came to this area.
Where have you stated yourself, you?
That sucked. Okay. Somehow we have to get around her.
Rose. Because she's a freak.
Hey!
She has those crazy powers. Just like her dad. That's why she doesn't have any friends.
Shut up!
You know it's true. What is wrong with
We're being bullied by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
She's afraid. Look at her.
No.
Afraid of what she might turn into.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea.
So you're the girl without any friends. We want to play with you.
Leave me alone!
You should be nice to your friends. Rose is so disgusting.
Shut up!
Everyone hates Rose.
Stop it!
Rose has no friends. It's all because of her dad.
Just shut up! Michael!
Save me, Michael.
I can't take much more of this. Why are they talking about my dad? I never even met him. No, I don't know. I don't know the first thing about him. I wish I did. All I know is he died protecting me. Sometimes I try to imagine what my life would have been like if he hadn't died. Would he have taught me to ride a bike? Helped me with my homework? Read me a story every night? Would he have been there for me? Proud of me? Sometimes, when I feel lost or afraid, I try to imagine what he might have said to me.
Look, it's our house.
Where are we? It feels familiar. Like I've been here before. Look at all the decorations. Some kind of party?
To do, decorate the living room. Done. Get wine. Put in dining room. Yep. Rose's other present in study. Hidden.
Rose is such a picky eater. All she ever wants is fruit puree.
What's that voice? Is that Dad? This must be my parents' house from when I was a baby. I bet other things also have my dad's memories.
She just cannot get enough of this stuff.
I bet Dad would feed me as soon as I started crying.
She bangs her spoon every time I play this. I wonder if she'll be a musician.
I wonder if Dad played any instruments.
She's so little. Hard to believe one day she'll be old enough to share a bottle of wine with her old man.
Will she?
So Dad was a wine drinker. Upstairs? I'll take a look.
Michael is very eagerly showing me around our family home.
This tune has always been special for our family.
I think I've heard this before. It's pretty.
Hold on, let me go in the dusty room. Ethan, don't forget, Rose's half birthday is on the 2nd. I'm going to make an amazing cake, so you better eat it. In fact, I'm going to make a cake for every special occasion we have. I want you to take lots of pictures for our family album.
I haven't seen Mom in ages.
Yeah, what's your mom up to these days?
I know. She's probably a little too young for this, but it was too cute.
I wonder how we played with this.
Okay. Off to the bedrooms.
This is my bedroom?
Kind of.
She's growing so fast. Getting bigger every day.
This crib is so little.
She's already growing out of these onesies?
I can't believe I was ever this tiny.
February 2nd is Rose's half birthday. Half a year in the blink of an eye. I wanted to capture this moment, these feelings, so I wrote something special. I may have gotten a bit sappy, though. I'd feel embarrassed if anyone stumbles across it, so it's safe in the sideboard for now. The key is behind my favorite photo.
I wonder if she'll look like me when she grows up.
Oh, I looked so happy.
You looked lost and confused. Alright, I'm back.
A letter for me?
Happy half birthday, Rose. My gift to you is a promise. I'll always be there for you, no matter what. I'll be there every birthday to watch you blow out the candles on your cake. I'll be there to make you breakfast and walk you to school every day. I'll be there when you have a bad dream and sing to you until you fall back asleep. I'll hug you tight when you're troubled or worried and tell you that everything's gonna be all right. You are my precious Rose. Never forget that, Dad.
No one loves you.
No! No! Michael! Michael, help! Michael! No!
Guess what? That thing you're looking for isn't here.
So, you don't have the purifying crystal?
Of course not. For that, you'll have to go deeper. Much deeper. Poor Rose. She can't trust anyone.
Why are you doing this?
No one loves you. And when you're dead, no one will care! Enough games. Now you'll drown.
I need to get out of this house.
I came first.
First?
Who's on second?
Why does she only want you?
What are you talking about?
Go. Go. Can't go. I guess I was supposed to go backwards.
Enough games. Now you'll drown. I came first.
First?
Why does she only want you?
What are you talking about?
Look at you! You are beyond worthless!
Seriously, what is your problem?
Calm down, kid. I killed you already.
Just so greedy. So many friends that it's never enough. Where do you think you are? Oh, look, your families.
Enough of this shit!
I don't want to. This hallway is from the main game. This is not a new hallway.
Enough games. Now you'll drown. I came first.
First?
I feel like we're near the end of this, so I'm gonna keep
She
going.
only want you.
What are you talking about?
Look at you. You are beyond worthless.
Seriously, what is your problem?
Just so greedy. So many friends that it's never enough.
Alright, we have to be quick. Leave me alone.
Oh, look, your families.
Fuck my family.
Enough of this shit!
Should have been a chance. supposed to die and join me here! Let's go! What? Stop it! How are you even here?
Michael! Good, you made it out.
Okay.
Evelyn? That little girl?
Time to put a stop to Evelyn. Use my powers on her. Alright, I'll do my best, Michael. If that even is your real name. Alright. Looks like this might be the finale. We're going after Evelyn.
Never! Never! I have been such a good girl! Died. We were supposed to be a family. But they're completely obsessed with stupid old Rose.
You're just an angry little girl.
Die here. If you'd never been born, it would have been perfect! Go away! This is stupid!
Yes.
I was special! You're worthless! No escape!
Fuck.
You're nothing! You're worthless! Nothing! A freak! No friend! Hate you! No! Stop! I can't believe how useless I am. No wonder no one loves me.
What now?
This is all your fault! And I will never let you have what you want!
Rose, look out! Don't give up, Rose. Find that crystal.
Time to smoke some crystal.
Michael? Are you there?
Rose, look out!
He saved me. But he didn't make it. That voice. My dad's voice. Is Michael my dad?
Don't give up, Rose. Find that crystal.
Because of him, I can keep going. I have to find that crystal.
All right.
I'm on my own. But I have to keep going.
We have our guns back.
What's all this doing out here? Where the hell am I? What is this place?
Well, you know, they had to bring us back here at least one more time, didn't they?
I can sense something from over there. What?
Don't look at the beer.
They're all just like in the castle.
Okay, now we're fighting evil versions of us, ourselves. I preferred when they were the other thing that just ate your face.
They're coming from in there.
Can I make anything? I can't. Alright. Well, I've got my powers and I've got my shotgun. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you two have fun over there. God damn it. Quickly. Quickly. Oh, I know where we're going.
I need to find that crystal.
The heart of it all.
Is this where those copies of me came from?
The Megamycete absorbs the memories of all life within its reach. But there are laws which govern this world within it. It seems worthwhile to catalog them as they become apparent. The memories that comprise this realm do not strictly reflect reality. Only those who are attuned to the Megamycete in life retain control of their faculties here in this realm. This aligns with my understanding of the Megamycete as revealed to me in its visions before my death. Yes, my death. My physical body is gone, absorbed into the Megamycete, and yet I do not despair. For this fate has granted me fascinating insights. All those years I strived, have continued to strive. They are not for nothing. The memories, the consciousness, understanding, and knowledge I accumulated in life have transferred here to the Megamycete, where it serves as a source of power within this realm. If I can harness this power, I believe I can use it to affect the thoughts and memories of others. Of course, it's hardly a perfect arrangement, with so many minds and memories gathered here. Finding and retrieving a single person from amidst the rabble has proven an immense challenge. Her memories are here, yes, but dissolute. Perhaps that what is needed is the right vessel into which to hold her. And of course I know of the perfect vessel. The only real candidate in all my years of searching, Rosemary Winters. I have been experimenting with the possibilities of manipulating and reviving the consciousness stored within the Megamycete. When a person dies, their consciousness is stored and preserved, but over time it becomes diffused and diluted, spread thin throughout the Megamycete and mixed with other consciousnesses and memories. Extracting and reassembling an individual who has thus diffused has proved a monumental effort. As an experiment, I decided to see what would happen if I used different individuals' consciousnesses to create an entity. The results were fascinating. I gathered fragments, respooled the threads, and succeeded in creating an individual birthed anew in this realm. A success, to be sure, but while his unusual physique resembled a man I once knew, he was possessed of a deeply warped psyche and was missing a portion of his face. Conclusion: while manipulating memories to create a person is possible, the creations are flawed and unstable. It will not be possible to manufacture a suitable vessel in this way.
Who wrote all this?
A crazy lady. I had intended to duplicate Rosemary Winters with the hope that a perfect replica might serve as a suitable vessel. However, the results were less than ideal. It would seem that some sort of interference is preventing me from creating a suitable replica. Instead, I have succeeded in making what is essentially a living doll. It resembles the real thing, yes, but has no power. Such a pathetic husk could never prove suitable as a vessel. I will continue my efforts in hopes of discerning the source of this interference. Several hypotheses have come to mind thus far. The fact that Rose herself is still alive, some other actor within this realm, a flaw in my methods of production. None of these seem especially likely to be the sole reason, nor are any of them easy problems to solve. Perhaps my best hope is to somehow bring Rose into this realm, were she to offer herself as a vessel, it would be so simple. Additional observations, further experiments with these Rose copies, as I've taken to calling these husks, have yielded another interesting wrinkle to pursue. When subjected to situations evoking extreme terror, they actually begin to express some semblance of Rose's abilities. This warrants more research, and I think that my first creation, the Masked Duke, is just the one to perform this stress test.
They couldn't have been watching me the entire time. Could they?
It would seem that at some point during my experiments with consciousnesses, an intruder made herself at home in my realm. This intruder was none other than the failure, Evelyn, who has been running about enacting her own pitiful agenda, which has led to a slight disruption in my own plans. Had Evelyn not interfered, Rosemary Winters would have been on the verge of despair, disposed of her will to live and her Megamycete powers. Instead, a new passion burns within her. I shall have to extinguish it. All right. I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
There's that feeling again. It's so strong. It must be the crystal. I'm almost there. Michael. It's through here.
I'm so glad they picked the name Michael. Just because of that birthday song that I played earlier. Black God, which lives in us and in which we live, create for us a new world as befits your will. Your dark consciousness holds for us a second chance, graciously offered and joyously accepted. You drink the blood of the lost lamb as it falls upon your darkened earth, not to destroy but to preserve and once again deliver unto life.
This is some twisted shit.
You said it, sister.
This one's the real deal. I can feel it.
It better be.
It's working. Oh my God. Is this what normal feels
Rose, I've waited so long for you.
Who are you?
My name is Miranda.
What?
You had become so powerful. Far too powerful for me to subdue directly. So, I had to lure you into this realm so that you might willingly relinquish your powers.
No, but Kay said...
Did he? Or did I? That Kay was an illusion. Very convincing, wouldn't you say?
No way.
Now you can become the vessel for my Eva!
Rose, run!
Ethan, you pest!
Go!
Stop him even he can manifest. He can't save you, Rose! No one can. Rose!
Rose, hurry!
You can't escape!
Holy shit, Ethan, let's go. Let's go. I have a shotgun too.
Hold up. Is it really you?
Yes, but right now you need to run! Run! Rose!
Thanks. Why didn't you tell me who you really were? Why'd you let me call you Michael?
I didn't want to complicate things. I just needed you safe.
All right, let's get out of here.
And I'm sorry I left you alone. But I had to find a way out. And I did. It's just ahead.
Rose!
Get away from my son! Stay away from my family! Rose, come on!
You can't escape Rose. Ethan, persistent as always.
Rose, now's your chance. Go live a normal life. Make friends. No one will ever call you a freak again.
But
Rose, just go!
I don't want to leave you!
I know. I love you. But I need to know that you're safe. So please, just...
Ethan, you insolent pest!
I got this. Get out of here.
Don't worry, Dad. I've got this.
You think your powers will allow you to stand against me in the heart of my domain? Foolish little.
With how intent you were on my throwing them away, I think they just might.
You're telling me they couldn't pull off this in the main game, but they can do it in the DLC? This is all they needed to do in the first place.
Do you understand what you're doing? And even if you were to survive, what would be the point? You can't save your father. You are of two different worlds. Offer yourself unto me.
No, I don't think I will.
This will also.
Fuck, I gotta get the hang of these powers.
Don't resist. Here I come. Why do we fight? There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Won't let you do this!
All the main game needed was its own identity. And that's exactly what the DLC has.
It took so much to lure you, but you're incredible. Well,
You might change your mind when I put an end to your plan!
your time is at. Come! Be by my side! You will fall! I cultivated this world within the Mega Mycete to resonate your sweet daughter. But no matter how many pieces I created, none had the power to regenerate. That is why it must be. You are the only one who can bring her back to me. Whatever it takes, whatever I must do, I will see this through.
Oh, god damn it.
Now become why suffer me?
Let's dodge this!
What is this? Do you still not see? There is no happy ending.
Says the Wicked Witch at the end of her reign!
You will never be normal. Only I understand how special you are. You just won't give up. You really are. That stubborn life that shines inside you makes you the perfect vessel. How do you possess such power?
Have a little more of it.
Impossible. I shall finish this. There is no victory. My struggle comes to fruition.
Rose! Over here!
Dad!
Use this! Take her down!
Oh, I will.
Return and yield your strength to me! So much power! You truly would have been the perfect vessel for my Eva!
I'm not a goddamn vessel. I'm not some stupid copy. I'm me, Rose. And you're done.
All right, let's see how this ends.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh my god!
You're so grown up now. And even though I wasn't there with you, I've always watched over you. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you.
All you've ever done is protect me.
No. Not this time. You lost your chance. I'm so sorry.
No. It was my choice. And I don't regret it one bit. If I had left you, then we never would have had this chance to talk face to face.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so very proud of you. I love you, Rose.
I love you too, Dad. I'm back. I'm back. Dad.
Do you think the little boy will be able to touch the moon?
Nobody can touch the moon, it's too far away.
Wait, what if he has a rocket ship?
Okay, then he can touch it, but it'd be very, very cold.
You were being silly. I don't think the moon
Hey, Dad. Happy birthday. Sorry I missed last week. I have a lot of tests coming up. You know how it is. Talk of the goddamn devil. Duty calls. I love you.
Yeah, I found her. Where else? Today of all days. We have a situation. You're needed, Evelyn.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Whoa, it's just a joke, Rose.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
We have a clear shot. Stand down. I can handle it. She's just a kid.
Way to keep it together, Rose.
You're a lot like him, you know?
I know.
Here we go. That was excellent. That's what the main game should have been. That didn't feel like a half-assed Resident Evil 4. modders have already shown us who's standing on the other side of the road. It's Ethan. They used Ethan's model. I'm wondering if there's going to be an after-credit scene like there is in the main game. That was solid. That was good. It would have been cool to be able to use Evelyn's full powers a little, or not Evelyn, but Rose's full powers a little longer. But it still made for a pretty badass final boss battle. I bought this today. Song Machine Volume 1. On vinyl. Yeah, I was just waiting for Xavier to show up in his wheelchair. I do. I have, it cost me quite a bit to get my hands on a good one. I paid like $300 for my record player. I have it on top of my bookshelf. Three hours, and it was fun from start to finish. let's check out one last thing real quick, and then we're done. How do I get the, hold on. Let's see, extra content shop. I wonder if if it's in here. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, I can't show this off right now. Maybe during the Halloween stream I'll show this off. It would take too long for me to do it. Anyway, that's going to conclude Resident Evil 8. The DLC is better than the main game. Wet leagues. I am going to go play some Xenoblade. I won't be streaming tomorrow or Sunday. I've decided I'm going to take those days off and prepare for Halloween. So, I'm sorry, but Sunday we will still be watching the first Resident Evil movie on the server. Anyway, until Halloween, goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.